Hello and welcome to Lunch Therapy. It's crazy. It's a crazy time. We need a little bit of time to chill, time to just not lose our minds, right? I'm gonna fix my mic here. So what's going on here? We're doing some stand-up comedy with no audience, which of course is just awesome. You're the audience, but I mean, I can't. There's no interaction, which is good. It's an experimentation process, but the main thing is just to take a breath, focus on something not so heavy, because things are heavy right now, and we gotta lighten up. Just lighten up for 15 minutes, maybe a half an hour. See how this thing goes, but. My plan is to bring on some other comedians here in Los Angeles. That'll be happening soon. Lunch Therapy was the thing that we were doing live, and we still do it, obviously. There's going to be a world after this horrible pandemic. But until then, I'm going to be doing some live recording, live streaming. I've been having trouble with my internet. I've got a beautiful download speed, but my upload speed is just horrendous. But it's nothing compared to what people are going through. So let's let that go. Just take a breath. If you didn't do that with me, let's do it all together here. I saw the movie Cats last night. Yeah, well, actually, I saw half of it. I'm going to watch the rest of it, hopefully, very soon. But it's that kind of movie. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to. It's a lot. First, you have to get over the cats. I thought they were awesome. I thought they were just. I mean, they've got the ears that move. They've got no sexual parts. Apparently there was a butthole version where they had buttholes, but those have been removed. And that doesn't bother me, really. I don't need to see that. I don't even need to see cats that look like cats that have paws, because that might be weird too. They have hands and feet, and sometimes even shoes, and sometimes coats, and sometimes clothes, and sometimes not. And I'm okay with it. But I actually love it. I love seeing the cats and seeing the ears and even the tails that seem to move on their own. And imagine the work that went into this movie. I mean, this must have been, I can't even imagine how somebody does this. But the thing that I don't understand is the musical Cats has been running for decades and decades and decades, and I think it might be one of the most popular. Well, I know it's one of the most popular musicals ever, and I'm not really a musical guy. I'm not a musical guy. I feel like they're talk singing most of the time in musicals. It seems like random notes to me. Maybe I'm not sophisticated enough. But most of the time, it seems like they're talk singing, and now we're going to see something. And then on top of it, with Cats, it's gibberish. I have no idea what they're talk singing about. Sometimes it's because the accents I don't understand. Other times it's the words, the actual flibberty gibberdits words. And I know it's from like T.S. Eliot's, Practical Book of Cats or something like that. But I've never read it, and maybe I need to read the book. But I didn't think this was going to be a movie where I had to read the book first. I just didn't think that. I never heard anybody say, I saw Cats, but, you got to read the book. But I felt that way. I felt like I got to read the book. And the songs just, I don't know. Maybe I need to hear them a few times for them to grow on me. The other thing is, it just seemed like, Seth Rogen, I guess, watched this movie too, and he twittered about it. And I was looking at his tweet stream, and one of the points that he brought up was They just seem to be having one cat after another be introduced. It's like an introduction of cats. And every time they sing some kind of song, and every time they have a more preposterous name, Judi Dench, the name was like Deuteronomy, Old Deuteronomy or something, which, why was she called that? Maybe somebody can tell me in the chat. Today we're not live streaming, so I can't talk to the chat room. I had this whole thing planned where I was going to talk to the chat room and I was going to call it up and it was going to be super cool, but we're going to do that in the future. The reason that we're not doing it is because my internet is still screwed. I don't know what to do about it. It's the upload speed, but what can you do? What can you do? I keep talking about it too. I got to stop because it is so stupid to even worry about it. I'm a computer tech, so these things kind of bug me. And you'd think that I'd have more compassion. I got to get some more compassion. Clearly. So back to Cats. So Rebel Wilson, that whole sequence, and I don't blame her, but I'll just say, dancing cockroaches. Who wants to see dancing cockroaches? And I feel for cockroaches, because, what if you were a cockroach? Everybody's like, ah! The second they see you, they're like, ah! And it must be kind of hard. But I don't want to see them dancing. And I certainly don't want to see them dancing and sexualized and also being, eaten by the cats too. Just chomping them down, I don't want to see a cat eat a cockroach. Do cats do they eat cockroaches? Because that's gross. Yeah, I love cats though. I do. There's a big stigma lately, I think. Well, maybe not, but up until a certain point, people were really kind of hostile towards people that like cats. And I don't know what I'd do without my cats. I don't know. I'm just glad they're around. I'm also glad that I purchased the movie Cats for $20. $20 on Amazon. And I knew what I was getting into because I'd heard that it was just bizarre. But, I feel like it's worth every penny. First of all, somebody takes that kind of risk with cats. I know it's a worldwide phenomenon, but to go that far with it really takes some cojones. In retrospect, I don't know what they're saying, but probably after all that work and after all the people were making fun of it, which is kind of fun, I must admit, maybe they should have just gone the other way with it. Maybe they should have done a thing like, the movie Where the Wild Things Are? Maybe they should have gone that way with it. Because everything's all CGI and everything. You don't want to get too realistic with this stuff. When you're doing some cats, I think right away when they started actually thinking about digitalizing the buttholes, that's when they should have said, whoa, wait a minute, guys. What are we doing here? Did they pull in all the CGI people and have a discussion on the buttholes? Did they have a screening, a butthole screening, where they, ask the audience, what do you think about the buttholes? And I don't know. It's pretty, it seems pretty obvious what to do about that. But, just the fact that they were having those conversations, they maybe should have been like, hey, why don't we just scrap this whole thing and just get a bunch of cat costumes and prance around. The lead in the Cats, though, wow. First of all, I haven't seen the rest of the movie, but she is attracted to every single cat that she sees. She's very, very attracted to them. She's very good at it too, being attracted to the cats. Even, Jennifer Hudson, whose nose was running most of the time, she was, really into it. It was I can't wait to get back to that movie. I cannot wait, but I have to process. I have to process this because there was so much happening there. So I don't know. I've been working out. I've been doing the working out in my home. Lucky enough to be able to work out. We're able to do this stuff, because we're going to get the quad bod, the quarantine bod. That's what everybody's going for. Oh, well, I don't know. It's the thing. You're either going one way or the other way. We're either going, and while we're quarantined, we either go mad or we get sane. Let's try to get sane. I know for a lot of us, that is a tall order. I lost it today. I lost it about the internet. Like, crying about my internet speeds, just sobbing about how I'm not going to have a chat room. That's ridiculous. That is the most absurd thing ever. Gotta let go. So letting go. I'm letting go. This is going to be an exercise. Today, that's going to be my mantra. Just let go, dude. Just let go. Just let it happen. If anybody has any suggestions for how to let things go, maybe you ought to let me know. I really like protein bars. Anybody else out there like protein bars? I can't ask anybody. I'm just talking. Who out there likes, I'll pretend I have an audience. Who out there likes protein bars? You? What's your favorite flavor? Oh, birthday cake. Yeah, when they started protein bars, I like birthday cake too, by the way. I like anything birthday cake flavor. I could have pizza that was birthday cake flavored. That sounds actually very good. Next time I get to go out in the world, I'm going to have some birthday cake flavor pizza. But when they came out with protein bars, they were very reasonable about it. They came out with maybe unflavored, or maybe they had like vanilla, chocolate, maybe strawberry. That was getting crazy when they had the strawberry flavored ones. But they always thought, we got to make them healthy flavors, like banana. They had banana flavor. Chocolate was a little decadent, but they figured, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, banana. But then they were like, wait a minute. We can make cinnamon roll flavor. Cheesecake flavor. And they put those out there, and people just started, snatching those up. So they're like creamsicle flavor. Just trying, what else can we do? What else can we do? And then one day they just got out of control. It must have been a board meeting similar to the Butthole board meeting where they were just like, what are we going to do? We got to bring this to a new level. And they were like, birthday cake? How about birthday cake? And, one of the people there who's just somebody who's like a low minion on the totem pole, they were like, excuse me, sir, how about birthday cake flavor? And then, like my brother-in-law brought up the other day, there's a commercial where the guy stands up and he goes, birthday cake flavor. And he's the CEO. So everybody's like, yes. And the other guy who had the original idea, he gets no credit for it. Every day's your birthday when you're having birthday cake flavor. Wherever you go, birthday cake flavor it's your birthday every day. So people, I don't know whether people are snatching them up. You know how sometimes you just have this awareness of things and you think they're everywhere? Like, you're going to buy a certain car and then the car is everywhere, or, you're I don't know. The car one was the only one I could think of. Maybe if I was going to buy a tractor, there'd be the same tractor would just show up everywhere. So I'm just hyper aware of all these protein bars, but I think that they're digressing. They're digressing. They're getting more and more towards, your childhood, and they're starting to get ridiculous. I mean, I think they probably are having Lucky Charms flavor, Captain Crunch flavor. I mean, if they don't have that already, There's a suggestion, Madison Avenue. If you want to sell some protein bars and do like a synergistic kind of thing, cereals, yeah. But then it'll get even more reduced. They'll have like baby milk flavor or Gerber baby food flavor or breast milk flavor. And then it'll just get more and more ridiculous. Okay, placenta flavor? I don't know. Look it up. Google it. People put it on their pizza. That's what I heard. Anyway, so moving away from that, I was thinking about Cats, and I was like, okay, they're making a musical out of cats. Making a movie about cats. What else could they do? And this came to mind. I don't know if you know what this is, but this is something special. When I was a kid, this was our Cats. This was our Shrek. This was our Frozen. Yeah, I think probably Frozen is probably. We love this show so much. And, this part in the beginning when he gets on the boat, I seem to remember another version of this, though, where he falls into a hat. Maybe somebody can clarify this for me, but here he is in a boat. He's like, I'm walking along, all of a sudden, there's a boat, and then he got in the boat, and now all of a sudden he's going to end up in this land that is not what he's used to. But, I feel like he was at a fair, and there was a big magic hat, and he fell into it. But whatever it is, it's really, really exciting. There he is, HR Puff and stuff. Love that guy. I don't know why they haven't made a movie of that. A CGI movie. Look at that. See, that before CGI, they had that kind of fake, like plastery stuff, and we didn't care. That's Witchy Poo. Those little guys there, and there's the old HR. I don't know what HR stands for. Human Resources, I guess. I guess he's the Human Resources guy. So there you go, Sid and Marty Krofft. They made some excellent shows, which we'll probably have some more on this show because, we're regressing a little bit like the protein bars, I guess. Jack Wild, I want to say, I'm going to go back to me. Jack Wild is my wife's first crush. He was in a movie called Melody. I highly recommend it. It's a good thing. He was interesting actor, HR Puff and stuff. I don't know what happened to him. We're going to have to find out, but I'm sure he's been doing some cool stuff. Old Jack Wild. So, one of the other things I wanted to tell you guys is I'm going to be starting up Fat Free Film again, which is my podcast. And that's what it looks like. That's what the website currently looks like. And it's a podcast about filmmaking that we did long before podcasts were popular. And now they're popular again. So we want to interview some people on that show. And if you could just suggest who you want us to interview, I think now is a really good time because everybody's just sitting around and we can reflect on the things that we've done in the past and we can look towards the future if we ever get out of here, if we ever get out of this jam that we've gotten ourselves into. And we can talk about it on Fat Free Film. It's the independent film podcast, but we've had a lot of all kinds of different directors on there. You can listen to the episodes now. Some of the ones that I recommend, Stuart Stern was the guy who wrote Rebel Without a Cause. Fantastic guy. Jonathan Penner, who's also was on Survivor. And his wife is struggling with ALS right now. And there's just a great interview with him and Stacy Title. Stacy Title's this incredible director, and she has ALS now. So go listen to that. You can get it on wherever you get podcasts. There's some really good stuff in there. But anyway, we're going to start it up again. And to get ready, subscribe there. We'll be bringing those in, and also give us some ideas for guests. Hook us up, man. What's up, dude? You're not hooking me up. How come? So this is Sunday. I believe it is March 22nd. And this is your episode of Lunch Therapy. Over and out. Stay safe.